Hey everybody, welcome to an episode of Dan's Grease Monkey Garage. Hey, I've always worked on my own cars, and you can tell I've got the old pocket t-shirt on still. And I've always had cars. Many of you have seen that old Z28 Camaro that I've owned since I was 18 years old. I've always done all my own work and enjoyed it. It's a bit different today to work on cars. In the old days, all you needed was a pretty good selection of tools and a good ear to listen to the motor and diagnose the problems. It's not like that anymore. Today, you need scan tools, fancy things like this, because the cars are computer controlled and there are all kinds of sensors and relays to deal with. But some regular maintenance things can still be done by the average person, and the most classic one is the oil change. Most people go to Jiffy Lube or something like that and pay 40 or 50 bucks and have it done that way, and that's great. Unless you own a Mercedes and you take it to the dealer and you pay $400, but that's a whole other story. You bought into that, folks, so don't get me started on German engineering. That was another bill of goods they sold you. Anyway, today, those of you that know me around town know I tool around this little tiny Fiat 500, Cinquecento in Italiano. And I just wanted to show you that sometimes if you think about things, different kinds of engineering still work. Just because they're different doesn't mean they're wrong. In the old days, Ford and Chevy guys used to go back and forth because one was better than the other. But that's not true. It's just you didn't think about it enough to figure out how to get the final result. So, traditionally, to do an oil change, you jack up the car, you slide underneath, you remove the little plug on the bottom of the oil pan, and the oil pours out into the pan that you've put underneath. The oil filter is usually on the side of the engine. You put your arms down there, bust your knuckles a little bit with the wrench, spin off the oil filter, spin on a new one, put the plug back in, fill it up with oil, you're done. Okay, my little Fiat has about 6 inches of ground clearance. So that means I have to get the big jack, a couple of jack stands, always use jack stands with your jack, and then there's a splash shield under there, which is about 6 or 8 bolts that has to be removed first before I can even get to the oil pan. That's a lot more work and a lot dirtier than I want to get today. So, I am using, I don't know if you can see this. Let me flip this around here. And we go this way? No. Anyway, I'll do it this way. We have a pump. And the pump goes right in here into where the dipstick is. And the oil is being pumped out through the top. Pretty cool, huh? The oil filter is a whole other story. The oil filter on this car is down here, and instead of getting your knuckles in there and busting it, just if you think about it a little bit, check this out. Let's see if we can see it here. How do you flip this thing? Okay. Well, I've got the oil filter has a socket with a universal joint, a long extension, and it goes up here and out through the headlight. That sounds crazy, I know, but it works. It's actually a better idea. So if you just think about things and try and put yourself in the other person's shoe who designed it, use a little empathy. We're not just talking about cars here, folks. You can figure the problem out and make it work for you. All right, that's it for me. Back to work. See you all next time.